everybody. Um, this is Dottie, who've come to visit me. I know I'm supposed to be starting off with the review, but she's just been wanting attention. Actually, she's been sitting by me, just staring at me. She really wants it. Um, but yeah, um, let's cut you down now, please. Come on, there you go. Um, so yeah, if you read the title, I did watch Annabelle. Um, this is part of the yeah, you can also see the reflection of the light. I'm sorry about that. Um, but there's so I I have the Conjuring Universe collection from the first Conjuring up to the Nun. Um, so that's why, and I have it on disc. I don't have the picture currently of the case, but I usually have the movie poster like up here usually. So you get the idea. So this is directed by John R. Leonetti and directed who, yeah, John R. Leonetti directed this, and this is written by Gary Doberman and produced by James Wan from the first Conjuring film, who directed the first Conjuring. This stars Ward Horton, Annabelle Wallis, Alfre Woodard, um, who yeah, I reviewed, who was in the last I remember, she was in Take the Lead that I reviewed earlier, and Tony Amendola. Um, so I remember, so ever since the Conjuring, the first Conjuring success in 2013, everybody was hyped for this. Not only for a continuation of the universe, you know, of Ed and Lorraine Warren, but maybe looking into Annabelle, the doll, which was, you know, wasn't a big part in the first one, but there was hints. It's like everyone's curious about what is this Annabelle doll about, that has everyone scared, um, and we did see hints of it. So that was the thing. So there was high hopes for Annabelle. Um, And unfortunately, when it came out, it did not do very well. And for the most part, I have stayed away from it. Now, to keep in mind, when I did eventually see The Conjuring. I didn't see it till many years later, so I not, so it's not like I saw all the Conjuring films in the theaters. Unfortunately, I didn't. Um, so, but yeah, it didn't do very well. It's I mean, to me, this is definitely one of the worst of the Conjuring films. Not terrible, but one of the worst. But in any case, this here's my review on Annabelle. Just so you know, as I'm recording this now, the previous recording that you saw earlier, as it breaks, this is me recording it now, whereas before then it was like a couple of days ago. My previous recording got corrupted. Our microphone didn't work. I didn't have the microphone on at the time, so I'm trying to do this from memory based on what I saw 2 days ago with Annabelle. So just keep that in mind. But in any case, the story involves Ward Norton and Annabelle Wallis, who um, are a happy couple. They're expecting their new baby to come, you know, come, not, be born and whatnot. Um, and takes about, this is actually about a 1 year earlier, when we first are introduced to Annabelle in the opening. So, um, so we see this couple who had the doll, um, and something happened in the middle of the night, um, and I don't. I mean, again, if you want to see this, I'm not going to give anything away. but something bad happens during the night that's not exactly Annabelle related yet. But um, but soon after that horrific event, um, they start experiencing weird things happening around their house. Um, Supernatural things to the point that they move. But unfortunately, they Annabelle follows them home. So that's as far as I'll get. This the Annabelle movie is so generic and so boring. There's Dottie. Sorry. Come on, come on, down, 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 down. Sorry. Um, any case, it's so generic and boring. I did not care for the couple. They did not. There wasn't anything deep or complex about them. They just kind of played it safe. Um, I the scares are not. I mean, aside from maybe two scares in the film, it's dull. It's not interesting. You even get to see what the demon looks like, and it's. I mean, for a minute it's scary, but the more you see it, the more it's kind of silly looking. Um, I don't know. It's definitely not. It definitely doesn't. It just feels like a generic horror movie. And because this James Wan is produced this, not directing this, now we have the director Bob. What's I forget his name all of a sudden. Sorry. Um, John R. Leonetti, and you might know him from a couple Pan movies, including Wish Upon, and most notably Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is considered one of the worst video game movies ever made. I have not seen either of those movies. And you also have the writer Gary Doberman, Doberman, I believe, who did It, which at least I hear good things about It, but I never the 2017 It, which I have never seen, but I hear it's good. And then the recent 2024 Salem's Lot, which got pretty panned. So I think I would chalk this up to a lot to, the writer's, choice, because this wasn't written well, and maybe this was a rush project because it was trying to get out a year after The Conjuring, or maybe they had a plan. They just picked kind of poorly overall, or I don't know. I don't know the thing, but I think overall what really makes it so boring and generic are just the main leads and the lack of creative jump scares, or creative scares, atmosphere. There's just nothing really exciting or really warranted, to follow. Um, Aside from maybe the side characters played, with Woodard, who's I've seen her in plenty of films like Take the Lead, but and you know, and I think she's good here. She has a bit more depth. While she's not in the movie very long, she has more depth. The same goes for Father Perez, played by Tony Amendola. Um, and he's been in plenty of other films that are good. So I mean, those two are interesting, but the main characters are not. They're just not. I could care less what happens to them. Um, if there was more time to write them a bit more deeper, or if they were told to act, really give it their all with their acting, then maybe something would have come from this. But at the moment, it just doesn't. It didn't work. Um, so is it's not like it's like I said. I don't think it's quite terrible. It is probably one of the worst of the Conjuring films. Maybe not the worst, but it's like you're coming off the heels of the first Conjuring, which was a huge success, and you're hoping that it lives up to that reputation, and this Annabelle movie will live up to its reputation, or even surpass its reputation, but it does not. I will say the director is also Leonetti is mostly known for his for director photography, and I will say that the photography is good. It's fine overall. He definitely knows how to, shoot things. Shoot certain shots. Um, make certain scenes look good, but overall, it's just bad choice, I think, for directing. Also, the main cast or the main characters just aren't. They're kind of dumb at times. There's a moment where um, after the horrific event, and they actually do try to get rid of the Annabelle doll. Well, granted, it doesn't eventually work. When the Annabelle comes back into play, um, they she decides, Annabelle Waylis's character decides, Mia, her name, decides that to just go ahead and keep the doll, even though she was part of horrific an event that just took place. So it's like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. But it's like that's just there to try to keep the story going. So I don't know. It needed more time. It either needed more time or it needed better director or and writer for this, because frankly this does not cut it as a great sequel spinoff to The Conjuring. So I think that's it for my review. I'm sorry if I would have liked to have shown the my original recording of what my thoughts were, but unfortunately that's no longer possible. So I hope this is a good substitute. But in any case, what are your thoughts? Leave a like in the comments below. No, not leave a like. Leave a comment below what your thoughts are. Give a like or dislike, up to you. And feel free to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye.